The world always therefore evolve around the law. Like limits and down to Sierra Leone. To this day, we have areas that are badly in need of lawyers, that are badly in need of legal advice, but they get none. Sierra Leone will always need a lawyer. And we get so much sites where we need lawyers that lawyers are not even present. So to say the job for lawyers in the country is limited now, that is false. Always need lawyers, and we need more lawyers.
Welcome again to ITV podcast, and today we get a very different discussion. It will be very interesting today. So I did here today with a legal practitioner, somebody who is very grounded in the legal areas, and I've been one of the best public speakers in Abo school. And maybe for the first time, I'd say I was really one of those people where you always look up to and for represent both school and several other competitions. And today we get to talk about, in life through the legal practice and all the way back to when we were all together in both school. And so we're there today with Mr. Simeon when I both school boy and also a legal person. So Mr. Goba, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Mr. Lai.
All right, so I'm really proud of your achievement so far, and I want to congratulate you on how far you don't really try, because I remember when we were in both school, you were just so much when it comes to public speaking. And, I can always say, if you want to be a lawyer, probably wants to always act in courts, you get to be a very good speaker. And you are one of those people, and you really try very hard to make sure that you use this key. In the first place, how has it been?
Well, praises to God. It is actually a continuous learning process. It is a field of learning. Nobody ever gets tired of learning. We are still learning, and critical praises to God Almighty so far. So many experiences learned, and then we're going. Praises to God.
Okay, so this is a very good experience for me actually getting you on the podcast today. So you being a legal person, how on a weekend day, like every week, how is it like?
Like, I cannot say it's actually chaotic, but it is really, really quite demanding. First, you actually have to even force yourself to get some rest, because just acting is a problem, not a finish. And every day, people need lawyers. Every day, people need to talk to a lawyer. You are somebody who is always demanded. And people always want to actually get you down and talk to you to see how best you can advise them, solve them problem, come on to their aid when it comes to their anything legal. So you really, really feel demanding sometimes.
All right. So, when you talk about demanding, there was something where somebody sent me that for ask, that the number of people where they graduate every year from law school, if the job is available for this number of people where they get out every day. But I can't understand, say, problem not a finish. There is always problem, and the legal people are always demanding. So you think, say, the statement that the job market within the legal system tight, is it true or false?
It is false.
Okay.
It is 100% false. The world always therefore evolve around the law. Like limits and down to Sierra Leone. To this day, we have areas that are badly in need of lawyers, that are badly in need of legal advice, but they get none. So to say lawyers them judge the boku and the work no, that is false. Sierra Leone will always need a lawyer, and we get so much sites where we need lawyers that lawyers are not even present. So to say the job for lawyers in the country is limited now, that is false. Always need lawyers, and we need more lawyers.
Yeah, and because I see a lot of comedians, they make fun of, lawyers standing at the cutting tree, they ask for clients. So it prompts me to ask a question. Is it the lawyers, they only act in courts, or there are other areas they work?
Okay, first of all, that one with the comedy side, that's the comedy.
Yeah.
So they will always just want to make things to get people laughing. That is their goal. So to say a lawyer stands at constitutory asking clients, in fact, as per the Legal Practitioners Act, it frowns at what we call in law touting. That is to say, for a layman, you don't advert yourself as a lawyer. You don't even advert your job that you do in court. as a lawyer. It is your work that speaks for you. It is unethical so long as our profession is concerned.
Okay, so this is a very clear something for we all for understand that the lawyers have a professional ethic and there is a lot of demand for them. Let's go back to your early career, early days in practice. How was it like? What was your experience and how is it growing to this day?
Just like it is generally, life happens. No matter how prepared we are for any fight, there will come challenges that will be new, that will hit you to a point that you probably do not have any experience about. Okay. So you actually be learning it for the first time. You're actually going through it for the first time. Others might have had or going through the same. But for you, coming up as a young person, that is your first time experiencing it. So sometimes it gets difficult. Like any other thing, the road to greatness has never been an easy one. The road to success as well is never an easy one. There are hiccups, there are expectations that sometimes are not easily met. And like most of the times people say, no sooner you become a lawyer, you start making money. No sooner you are a lawyer, you have been considered to be a wealthy person in society.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, yes, lawyers are wealthy people. That I cannot deny. But however, that's public expectation. Even you, the new man coming in, that expectation of just coming in and making money that fast is not always the case.
Okay.
That is not always the case. So it is like, I can say, a shock to you coming in because you actually go to law school thinking of, as a commode, at the beginning get money, when I get money, this and this and this. But again, you're coming into a practice that is guided by rules. You're coming into a profession that is guided by ethics. And you have no option but to play by the rules. You have no option but to go by it because people before you made those rules. They went by it. They survived by it. You cannot change it just because you are hungry. You cannot change it because you want to live to the expectation of people. So these are the shocks for young lawyers. Most of the times it gets tempting. But at the end of the day, our love, our passion for being a lawyer supersedes and surmounts it all. So you just have to navigate your way.
Okay, I think I really want to ask that question, but that has been cleared because, a lot of people, not only lawyers, when we want to start career, we are confused where to start and how to keep going. At least you don't clear out some of the things we young lawyers need for expect and for key. Why then they go on with and practice them. So let's talk about the courtroom itself. I know you've been in the courtroom probably, judging cases or defending people. How the pressure inside courtroom look like?
Well, I'll call it a modern battlefield. It is for me the most structured gathering of people on earth. But that is what the courtroom is. It is the most structured environment I've ever been. And it is, as I'm coming along in practice, my best place to be. The decorum, the coordination, how organized it is, and the freedom you have to actually express yourself in accordance with knowledge of the law, whilst defending, whilst prosecuting. It's a very beautiful feeling. It's like you haven't learned something all your life, and then you're given the opportunity to actually put it into practice. And you're actually given the chance, the respect, and that admiration when you actually stand to talk, to fight a case. It is more than a debate. It is a modern warfare, but fought by soldiers who love fighting. That is how I would describe it.
Okay. All right. So I think this is really very clear that it is one of the most organized cases for me. So, you don't talk about how demanding the legal practice itself is, how you can balance the social with that of the legal practice.
Well, one thing law school taught me was the lawyer is a lifetime something.
Yeah.
So long as you go by the ethics of the profession, so long as you go by the rules, you'll be in it for the rest of your life. It is a childhood dream that came true for me It is one thing I have actually chosen to give back to the world, to use that particular field to make the world a better place. So, but however, in as much as it is my profession, I'm also a person of the world. I'm human. I have my interactions. I have friendship to create, family to build, relationships to uphold, and so much more. Of course, yes, even though most of the times they say, as a lawyer, you should be just secluded or just kept with your books. That is beautiful. That is actually the case. But again, we go along learning that we need family, and we accept the fact that we are naturally humans and we need to do certain things that nature demands from us.
Is there anything that you don't really sacrifice so much?
Well, I cannot say, but just that I put the profession above everything else.
When you can realize, say, you don't overwork?
Well, there are days when I go to court with so much files, and I will have to be in court till 6, and then I will have to come back to the office because I've scheduled meetings with other clients that are waiting that I need to talk to. We actually call it conference. So, like, as a lawyer, the thing is, you have to be in so many places at the same time, doing some very good job without being felt like you're under pressure.
Do you ever feel guilty, say, I don't miss social life because of work?
Well, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. There are certain times when you actually have to make a promise of being in a particular occasion. You've actually promised some friends, people who are actually expecting to meet you there after a very long time, no see and all. And then somebody will say, but it's been a while with us, you actually need to talk. Forget about this fireworks more today. Come on, go chill. But sometimes I'll actually say, make promises that, all right, I'll be here today, I'll be there this day. But it turns out again that the job goes. And when duty calls, you just have to answer.
Yeah. Okay, so everything we do, there is always something really keep me going. There is a point of motivation to you in the legal practice and to every other activity you do. What thinking motivates you and keep you going?
Well, first, like I said, this has been my childhood dream. Growing up, nothing ever makes me feel so good than talking to a group of audience that really want to hear what I'm saying. So when I chose this profession, I chose it not having a plan B at first.
Yeah.
It was just my focus on becoming a lawyer. But along the way, I also discovered some other talents, that I can write poems, that I can actually write songs. And yeah, I can actually bring people together, organize events, and make things happen. So I started writing, and I chose a pen name, Team Inspiration. I actually began gathering some audience, got some good leadership. But again, that was just after college, before going to law school. But when I got the leadership, people loved the poems. We are disseminating it all over WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social media handles. And then law school came. So I have to put a stop to it. Even though now I do not put so much effort that side. But again, it is something I would love to do alongside the legal practice. That is writing poems, articles, and so much more. I love writing as well, just as much as I love speaking.
Really? So most of the times, if you have a free time, how you can protect time? What do you think you cannot do in that free time, and what you think you can do in the free time?
Well, there are times when I've been exhausted myself so much. When my body actually signals for rest, what I do is I go home, switch up the phone, take some cold bath, listen to music, and I sleep for some very, very long time.
All right.
Like some very deep rest.
All right. So that is very important for every one of us. Like, yes, when you're exhausted and your body is calling for rest, respond to it. Let's go back to career, because I see your field, the legal area, is one place where everyone is trying to go up the ladder. What really keeps your confidence steady without comparison?
My faith in God.
Great.
My faith in God. I have this great confidence in the fact that God cannot take me to what He cannot take me to. That is one of the words that keeps me going, that motivates my journey. And then I have this firm belief that God's timing is the best. You know, He sometimes puts us through things, drops us at a particular stage in life so that we experience things firsthand and then prepare us for a better future. God does not make trash.
Definitely.
He does not. And He takes us through these journeys of our lives for a reason. So, to me, I definitely know if I'm going to die, I'm going to die up the ladder.
Yeah.
As a great person, I know that. But I also know that it is God's timing that drives my purpose, that dictates my path, and chooses my journey and destination at any given time of my life.
This really gives me a lot of knowledge about, the misconceptions and the things that we need to understand as, ordinary citizens or, other set of professionals about the legal system in Sierra Leone and beyond. Thank you so much for coming to the podcast. This is really great and it's my pleasure being with you here. So this has been me and Simeon, who is a legal person, a very experienced legal practitioner. So if you get any say on this and wants to get anything done from this point, and based on the discussion, you go write them in the comment section or send them directly as a message to we. So also follow we and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we promise that we will give you a very good content, something that will be very constructive and educative to you all. So till then, see you again and thank you.